Hello, everyone. LJ Young, the founder of Sixth Sense. I want to welcome you to my channel and basically start off by saying the channel is based on my 6-year relationship with a malignant, covert narcissist, one of the top ones, worst of them all. This is about being on the other side of being in a relationship, trauma bonded with a malignant, covert narcissist, making it through, leaving the narcissist, letting you know what it's like to be on the other side, being free of all that pain and misery that they cause you inside of the narcissistic fog. I represent the power that I have now that I didn't have before, because to be in a relationship with a narcissist, I didn't know that those type of people existed. I did not know that they could do that or to the people they love or what. I just didn't understand it. But I didn't realize at the time that there are millions of narcissists. I just happened to be in love with one, which is very, very obviously dangerous. But anyway, I finally asked God to get me out. I'm on the other side. I got through it. I'm no longer trauma bonded to the narcissist. I see her for who she is. It's not really a big deal, but there's a power into it, because I realized after I detached my trauma bond from her, then is when I really realized that there were millions of narcissistic people like that just do that. They're in business. They're your family. They're your uncle, mom, dad, children. They could be anybody or anyone. But the wonderful thing about going through it, being with a narcissist in the most personal way, love, feelings, sexual, everything. That's like the closest, right? And I broke that. Now I have this power that I can easily identify them. No self accountability for anything. They take responsibility for nothing. It's always everybody else's fault. They all have the same traits. The main one is that they have no self accountability, and everything they do is wrong is right. But that's in a narcissistic fog. Now, what is, for people that don't understand, or maybe the people that are in it right now, what is it like being inside the narcissistic fog? Well, now that I'm on the outside of it, okay, everything that to be normal and regular and how it's supposed to be, it's the opposite inside the narcissistic fog. They cheat on you, and they say it's your fault that made them do that, or they lie to you on their finances, or they might lie about themselves personally. They might have a record or something, just whatever, and they think it's normal. Oh, it's not a big deal. But when you're in a relationship, all of that counts. What do you mean? Nothing. But to them, that is normal. Now, how do you know if you're in it? If you start to accept that type of behavior from a narcissist. If you stay with them and as they cheat on you repeatedly, disrespect you in front of others, this goes for men and women, because let me take a step back. Now I have a totally different outlook on women that stay with men that beat them, because we always hear about that in the news. Why does that woman stay with the man? He keeps beating on her and this and that. But what you guys don't know, what society doesn't talk about, women beat on men in relationships all the time. It's just not reported. It happens to millions of men every single day. If it happened to me, it happens to millions of other men. They just don't report it because society says you're a pussy if you do, or something, or you're a punk or something like that. And so it's okay for the woman just to hit you, physically abuse you, and put her hands on you, disrespect you. That's not true. I want you guys to, I'm talking to the men let's go all the way back. I'm talking to the men that are in it right now. Let's talk to you guys, the one that you can't tell your friends about. You can't tell nobody. And your woman's totally disrespecting you by putting her hands on you. Let me tell you something. They're going to do that until the day you die if you keep allowing that. They're going to do that. I'm going to tell you right now, that will never happen again, ever in the rest of my life. I will call the police on a woman if she ever did that immediately. I don't care. I'm talking to the men that are trapped in it. Is that you? Your woman's probably listening to this video now. Are you beating your man and he's accepting you? He's accepting of you doing it? I'm talking to you too, woman. Yeah, you know why he's accepting that? Because he doesn't know yet. That's all. He doesn't know. I'm here to help him know. Because hey, listen, once a motherfucker wake up, that doesn't happen no more. That doesn't happen at all in any kind of anything. Because let me tell you something, dudes. Let me tell you something, guys, that most of you guys won't say out loud in public. You won't even tell your friends or your family. But guess what? The one I was with, she slapped the shit out of me, slapped me. Pow! And guess what? I stayed with her too. Didn't even leave her. Didn't even care. Why would she respect me? How can I say this now? Because that's not me anymore. That's how I can say it. That's the cocoon of me. There are millions of men in that same situation right now, but shh, can't talk about it. If your woman disrespects you just in public, in front of people, and don't even care, you're probably in a trauma bonded relationship. Because let me tell you something, on this side where I'm trying to bring you guys here, man or women, bring your hair, that is not allowed. That's a perspective of the world. Let me give you a perspective so you can understand. When cheating is no longer a perspective of your world, your perspective is totally changed. Now you realize in order for a person to cheat, it takes blocks of time. In order for a person to physically cheat with another person, when you're not doing it, all your time is accountable. I want you guys to follow me closely. When you're not doing anything negative in your life, behind your partner's back, all of your time is accountable, easy. But when you're cheating, there must be blocks of time that are unaccountable. When you're not doing nothing and they are, it's easy to see. It's easy to see the blocks of time that you will not be able to listen. You will not be able to get in contact with them for this block of time, period. These are things that I realize after I'm out, okay? These are things that I realize. And if I can share with you right now, share them with you while you're in it, it should help you, man or woman, open your eyes if you're in a trauma bonded, narcissistic fog relationship right now. Now, there were a couple of times I remember I was ready to end the relationship. I was dead set on it. I was like, I made up my mind and this was it. And at this time, I noticed this happened like 2 or 3 times. I noticed that she put sex on me at that moment. And when I mean sex is this, I mean, not just the regular sex that we had after years of being, the sex that she used to give me in the beginning of the relationship. The sex that she gives all the men that she's fooling around with, that sex. She gave it to me because I was blown away. I was like, damn. And I remember saying this too. I remember saying, damn, that was a whole different person. Exactly. That's the person who she is when she was doing stuff behind my back. That's why I had never seen that person. I remember seeing that same person in the beginning in our relationship, but never during, and only the times when I was leaving her. And I think about it, and this is for the people that are, man or woman, I want you guys to listen. They know the narcissist knows when you had enough. And if they can use the last thing that you are addicted to, that narcissistic trauma bond, which is sex, which is one of the strongest things. There's love, emotions, blah, blah, blah. And the sex, and I specifically remember this. I remember I was going to leave. And then she had put that sex on me and changed my mind. And I remember I was driving to the airport. And I knew she changed my mind, but something, and obviously it was God or the future person who I am today. I remember saying, damn, it was just this little small voice way in the corner. It was saying just like this, damn, after all that shit she did to you, she just put that sex on you and now everything's okay? Just like that? Oh. I remember driving. I was satisfied because the sexual session was good and it was amazing. Because remember, that didn't happen again after that point. That sex didn't happen again. That happens for everybody else. But anyway, I remember as I was driving, even though I was feeling good, sexually satisfied, there was this little voice saying, hey, She made you that mad. You was about to leave. And she put the sex on you, and now everything's okay. Nothing's changed. Nothing changed. I was like, damn. Now, when I think about it now, today, it's like, if this is happening to you, man or woman, and they can see that you're on your last straw, they're going to use the last thing that they have to keep you is the sexual addiction. Right now, God is really strongly having me talk to the people inside the trauma bond, because that's a horrible place to be. It's horrible. Everything's upside down. I can read the comments. Every time I read people's comments, I could tell when they're in a narcissistic fog, trauma bonded relationship. That's hell. I'm here to help you guys, give you guys hope. I'm not this is the channel. This channel is not here to say, hey, what's the narcissist doing? Why won't they talk to me? How come they won't write me back? No, this is not, no. This is for the people that escaped, whether they got discarded or not, because those of you guys that get discarded, I know it doesn't feel like it because you're in the pain, but they did you a favor. That discardment that's a blessing. You just need to accept that blessing. You need to accept it. But the ones that went no contact and discarded them, keep pushing through, because the narcissist is not going to listen, they're not going to give up easily because they think they own you. Because they've owned you the entire life, the entire relationship, physically abusing you, physically threatening your life, beating your children, beating you, and getting away with it. Well, at least they think they are, until you break the trauma bond. Once you snap out of it, and then you see them for who they are, that's it. Game over. They're just a regular narcissist. Now they just go with the rest of the millions of them. It doesn't matter who they are. This channel is for the people that make it through the narcissistic fog and don't give up. If you're in it right now and you're listening to this channel and you're in this hurt and pain, I want you to keep reminding yourself in this pain, because that's the ego and the devil trying to trick you, thinking that pain is going to last forever. Just keep saying over your mind, one day it's going to stop. One day it's going to feel like the girl I thought that broke my heart in 5th grade. And I thought I was going to get over that. And then the girl that the guy that hurt my feelings in middle school, I thought I was this is going to be the same thing. It's just because you're older now. That's why it seems like it's more. But one day it's going to feel like the relationship you had in elementary school. The same thing. But this will be different. You'll have a superpower, because now you will know there are millions of those narcissistic people everywhere. They're in your family. They're your brother, your sister, your uncles and aunts, everybody. But when you get here, it doesn't matter who they are. I don't care if it's your mama. The narcissist must know you can see them, regardless of who they are. They must know that. You don't even have to disrespect it. You don't have to disrespect, say like the narcissist is your mom or your dad. You don't have to disrespect them, but they will know that you can see them. Anytime from this point on, for the rest of my life, I don't care if it's business, personal, anything. If I identify a narcissist, they're going to know that I see them. I'm going to make sure of it. I don't have to say a word. I don't have to do anything. I want you guys to understand. Nothing confrontational, nothing. It's just a look. You just look at them a certain way. When you look at a narcissist a certain way, because they're the most insecure, you guys don't. This is what you guys got to understand. Narcissists are there because of something that probably happened in childhood. So that means they're very, very insecure. So when you give them a look and you stare at them, you let them know that you can see them. You don't take your eyes off. You lock eyes with them. Hey, every time you speak to them and you interact with them, look them in the eye. They won't be able to do it long because they're in character. If you look at them a certain way, they're going to be like, can that person see me? Yes, I can see you. It does, to me right now, when a narcissist wears one of their many masks, I can see all through the mask. It doesn't matter. I don't care what they're wearing. All I got to do is hear them speak. Once they speak, that's it. That is the superpower of making it through the narcissistic fog to this side. Once you come through the narcissistic fog and you get to the other side and you realize this is a superpower, you also realize this is forever. Narcissists been here for millions of years. Hey, listen, they've been here around the world. They're everywhere. And they will be here forever. But listen, that is a perspective that they hold. It doesn't matter what they believe or whatever. It doesn't matter. You just don't have to be part of that perspective. How do you do that? You don't get involved in relationships or procreating with narcissists. You don't do that. The only way they can fix themselves is between themselves and God. You can't do anything, or maybe a professional, but outside of that, that's not your place. When I look back at my ex, clearly she was damaged somewhere in childhood because of the things she did. The hurt and damage it doesn't even make any sense. The goal is to find peace. This peace that I'm trying to show you, this is peace. This is a psychological barrier. Moving at the speed of light squared. That's right, psychologically. That's how fast I'm moving. It's unexplainable. I can't even explain it. But once you discover this type of peace, that's it. There's no going back. Hey, listen, there is absolutely no going back. There is absolutely no allowance of any kind of disruption, especially from what a narcissist brings. That's not even close. That doesn't even come close to my world today. Not at all. This is what I'm here to share with you. This is my purpose.